Okay, hey guys, Lady Lee here from Lady Lee's home. I am at the farm today, going to plant potatoes. I am a couple weeks late, but anyways, it was really wet here, lots of rain and everything. Let me give you a little bit of the backstory. In the fall, I purchased Fingerling Super A tractor. I wanted one of those tractors for a long time and didn't plan on purchasing it then, but found one that was at a really good price. So I purchased the tractor and figured that I will just till a little area at the farm and try to play with it and see, kind of learn how to make rows and how to make beds and how to cultivate and things like that. Most of my gardening is done in small raised bed gardens around, or rows, raised rows and raised beds around my house. You can see a lot of that content, well, some of it on here on YouTube, but then also kind of like more daily updates on TikTok. If you have a TikTok account, you can find me just under Lady Lee's home. But I have 20 acres on the other side of the road, so I leave this road behind me. I live on the other side, and in my half acre around my house is where I do most of the gardening that I have right now, that is for the market. And then here at the farm, which is, I call it the farm, it's like 20 acres of farmland that I own, but I don't have anything growing here yet. I don't have well here. I've tried in the past to grow things here, but the deer will eat everything. There's no dog running around, there are no fences. It's just basically raw, bare land that I hope to move to one day. But it's right across from my house, so it's not too hard to get here. And it's beautiful land. You'll see in a minute. The soil is really good. It's a really good pocket of soil here, even though everything around is very red clay. Anyways, I figured since I bought the tractor that I will try to play with it and figure out how to work with it. I don't have, you know, anybody that can teach me that kind of sort of thing, and I did not grow up with these kind of tractors or farming or whatever. So I was thinking maybe to do flower, like I figured if I'm going to make beds, let's plant something. And then of course I was thinking, you know, let's plant something that I don't really need to take care of much and don't need to care for much or count on for selling at the market or whatever. And I thought about flowers and things like that, but my productive mind is just would not let me plant anything that I can't eat. I incorporate flowers as much as I can wherever I can, but if I'm going to work a row, a 50-foot row or whatever, it's better be worth it, aka I can sell or eat or both, whatever I'm growing. So I was thinking, what can I do? And I always wanted to grow those banana fingerling potatoes. They're really skinny and long, and they're very cool. They're easy to cook. The skin is really, really thin, and you don't have to peel them. They bake really quickly. You can use them in roast. You can use them anywhere that you'll use potatoes, but because of their shape, because they're skinny and their skin is so thin, they cook really easily. So I bought these. I bought a 10-pound bag from Sprout Mountain Farms in, I think it's Wilson, North Carolina. They're not cheap, let me tell you that. But these are organic banana fingerling potatoes, and this is what I'm gonna try to plant here and work with the tractor. So what I'm going to do while I talk, because there's a couple of other things to explain here, what I'm going to do is cut the potatoes. So you can see that each potato has a few eyes, and basically each one of these eyes can be a plant. There is a whole how to grow potato blog post on the blog with step-by-step and all the detailed information, and I will link to it in the description below if you want to check it out. But basically, in short, when you buy seed potatoes, one potato is not one plant. You can cut each potato before you plant it, and as long as you have one of those eyes in one piece, then that will grow to be a whole plant that will produce a whole lot of potatoes. So I got 10 pounds of potatoes, which are probably let me show you how 10 pounds look. So that's how 10 pounds look. There may be 30 potatoes or so here, I think, something like that, probably. So I will now just cut each potatoes, and I'm not cutting each of the eyes, but like this potato can be at least 4 pieces, probably about 3 to 4 pieces. Okay, now the reason when you buy them, they're not germinated like that. I left them in this cardboard box on my dining room table, and there are windows right there, so plenty of light, and they were sitting there for probably about a couple weeks at room temperature, and then they will start sprouting. You don't have to wait for them to be like this to plant them, but since I couldn't put them in the ground because it was just too wet, they are now already started sprouting on my table. And I want to be, you saw they're in one layer, and you want to be super careful with those little things because they're basically your plant, so we don't want to break them or anything. Okay, so as I'm doing that, and I'm just like literally finding a place here, and you want to use a sharp knife with a straight edge and just cut the potato. So this is one piece. It has a few eyes in it, so one piece, and I'll gently put it over here so I don't break it. And then these eyes, they look a little sleepy. I don't know if they will germinate, so I will cut. See, this eye is still good. It's really good, so I'm gonna leave this eye on this lower piece and then cut those pieces into their own section that I will plant. So I'll plant this one, and then here I have this eye that I know is good because it's germinating, but these are not starting or not germinating, so I'm not sure if they are going to, so I'll just keep this piece like this. They don't have to be the same size or anything, you know, you just divide them however makes sense, so each piece has at least 1 or 2 eyes. So over here I'll do 2 pieces, I think will be good for this piece. The original plan was to bring the tractor here and kind of work a row or use the bedders to make a row and then plant that row with potatoes. Well, when I came to start the tractor this morning, it wouldn't start. So basically I have to figure out what's going on with that. If you follow me on TikTok, you've probably seen that we changed battery last week. So something is draining the battery while the tractor is standing. And I have to figure this out. I don't know what it is. So, but then I was thinking maybe it's a good thing, because when you grow potatoes, you need to heal them. Basically throw more soil on the plants as they grow, and you do that probably once or twice. So I figured I'll just go ahead and plant the potatoes in the ground in a straight row, and then once the plants grow like 10 inches or so, then I'll come by with the tractor and use the I don't know if they're called bedders. It's like 2 plates that as you go they throw soil into like a raised row, and I think it might work for potatoes to where it will kind of heal the soil on the plants, and then the plants basically can grow more tubers. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do today. I couldn't wait anymore. I didn't want to leave these on my dining room table for any more, like not even one more day. So I'll figure out what's going on with the tractor, and I still want to try and use it to grow these potatoes. That's the goal. I honestly have no clue what I'm doing or what's gonna happen here. Again, I don't have water here. There's no irrigation here. I'm not too worried about that because we have plenty of rain in spring, and these potatoes are going to be harvested in June, so they'll have plenty of water. I don't know if there are, I don't think the deer like potatoes, right? I don't think so. So hopefully we'll be good, but this is all an experiment and I'll kind of take you along. Feel free to let me know if you think that you would have done something differently or something like that, but we'll see what happens here. So the plan is to just mark a straight line and have enough space on both of its sides so the tractor can drive over the plants, and then I'll go ahead and plant my potatoes today, and then once I figure out what's happening with the tractor, I'll come here with the tractor and try to work that row with the tractor. So the potatoes are planted. This row ended up being 80 feet and I still have about 20 pieces to plant. So I'm gonna go home and try to find a couple of beds that I can plant the rest in. I just wanted one row here so I can try to play with the tractor. I'm gonna leave this string here just until the plants germinate and I can actually see where they are. And that's it. I know how to grow potatoes, but I've never grown potatoes with a tractor. So I have no clue what I'm doing here. This is the first step. They're going to be in one row. Hopefully I can drive over that row and throw the soil on top of the plants and heal them maybe once or twice, and then figure out how to cultivate. First we gotta figure out how to get the tractor to work. Anyway, there's so much, so just stay tuned and please subscribe and follow along, and I'll try to keep you updated. We'll see what happens here.